Hello, fellow Frontier Explorers. Blue Frontier here with another guide on an all S rank battle rush. This time we're doing Aries Island, and if I'm going to be honest, this was not fun at all. From me playing it to even viewers watching it, it wasn't nearly as entertaining as the behemoth that was the Giganto run or Kronos Island run. That one's a lot more faster and is more skilled based. This fight goes on for a minute. There's one enemy that takes over a minute just to get up to fighting, which wastes a lot of time, and then the final Titan, the Wyvern, takes like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes to fight. So even if you're on a really good pace, just the quick time events and cutscenes alone from that fight might ruin the run for you, and it's very unfortunate that way. On top of that, some of these fights are RNG based. The ones that I'm thinking of are Sumo, because Sumo, there's an electric fence, and if you don't get it timed correctly, then the fence, electrical, whatever, moves around. And then there's some other little things here and there, but that's the biggest one that I could think of. Yeah, this wasn't fun. I don't recommend this. If you want to get all S ranks and get the S rank, that's great, but then I would not touch this again. I know I personally am not going back to this Islands Battle Rush. It's not good. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Alright, so what you want to do is do the side loop around all of them. You have to make sure you get all of them up in the air, then you do this attack, and you're pretty much golden. But getting all of them in a circle can be a little bit difficult depending on their tracking and running, so make sure you keep an eye on that. These guys, you have to stomp them. It's better not even to dash to the next one because Sonic might accidentally go into another attack and they're invulnerable and you're wasting time. You just want to be under 25 seconds for this one, and then you are good to go. After that, we have the most annoying part, I personally think, of this run, and that's the Sand Shark, because of how much time it takes up just to finish this fight. You want to be under 30 seconds by the time you get to Sand Shark. You just want to run around and make sure you keep an eye on him, because he's going to jump up, and you're going to have to homing attack his tail, and then you're stuck in this semi-cutscene of quick time events, and it takes a good portion of the fight, and it's just annoying, and you want to make sure that you only go through this cycle once, otherwise the run is dead. The pattern I even have memorized. It's right, left, right, then down, and then right, left, right, right, and then sometimes down. It's, like I said, RNG a little bit. Sometimes you don't have to do down again, but you want to wait until he's done, then you homing attack him, but it's really important that you shred his health down in one go, otherwise you get put into another cycle of this and the run is dead in the water. And see how we're still doing this? Like, I had time to explain all of that and I'm still riding around. It's been almost a minute just of this. Alright, he goes up in the air, and then now what you want to do is you want to do a flurry of attacks, and then you want to hold down the attack button to do this move. Then you want to go right into this light attack and then go right back and finish him off if you can. But we were able to for this. That was my chair, I apologize. These guys are fairly easy. You only hit them when they open up, I guess is the right word. Getting hit here isn't that big of a deal. You just want to be under 2 minutes to finish this match. This move is the most effective against them, but it's still kind of inconsistent on where they're lining up their shots and whether or not they're going to hit you. If they hit you, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, you just want to be under 2 minutes, which we are. Now, this next one was a little bit tricky getting used to. It's more of a fight against the camera than it is the enemy itself. You want to move the camera around so that way you can see where you're homing attack. You want to jump towards this last row so that way you just avoid all the bombs together, because the auto homing whatever is very finicky. Sumo is the #1 issue for this run based off the RNG of the electrical fence. So you want to make sure that you line it up, hit him in the electric fence, and then you want to go to town on him. But you got to make sure that you don't get hit by his hand when he falls down and he's still electrical at the end of that. And you just want to one cycle him. You want to do this pattern right here so that way you don't have to do another ricochet off of the RNG electric fence. I got really lucky here, to be quite honest with you. I had not done that before this run. Now we're going to move into tank. Tank is a patience game, which I am not really a patient person, so this was also a little bit frustrating. What you want to do is you want to do 3 hits on the main gun, and then you just want to back off, because then it's going to go into the spin, and you don't want to get hit. You don't want to lose too many rings. Then it's going to want to suck you up. So it's going to suck you in, and you just want to make sure you're timing it so that way you're not boosting yourself into the jets, like so, and then you're going to fall down, and then you're going to want to one cycle like you did with the Sumo and like you did with the Shark. So you want to do this combo that I'm doing really quickly. You want to rush in, because if you don't get them fast enough, you're going to go back up in the air for a second phase, and that's going to kill your time. We got an S rank there. This was also the first run where I was able to do that straight off the bat. This guy's super easy, but if you miss the rail, so to speak, the light rail, then you're going to kill a lot of time. So you want to make sure you get on that immediately. Okay, Strider is not hard at any capacity. However, you got to remember not to jump or to boost off of these rings. You boost and then you just let go of the controller. Once you land, you boost, let go of the controller. Sonic will automatically go up. Otherwise, you're going to knock yourself off. Just boost on this outer ring. Get hit. It's fine. It's okay. Yes, you're down to 0 rings. It'll make up for that in the final fight, which is right after this. You just want to boost and then just go all the way through, and then you're done, basically, because he won't be able to catch up with the laser. So it's fine to get hit there. Like the other fights, you want to do a big combo like this, do this, and then go right back in and get him in one go. Otherwise, once again, the run is dead. We get an S rank. Let's go. We skip that. Now we are at the final part, the Wyvern, and we're at the 4-minute mark, and it's still going to take us 5 minutes for this fight because it's so gosh darn long. So what you want to do is you want to run up here. You want to actually stomp down and jump over these enemies. It's just wasting time trying to fight them. Boost your way through. We have 0 rings, but it's okay because the fight gives you a lot of rings, and then also you get 100 rings if you are under that before each of the Titan fights. So now we have to wait. Yep, for this time trial, we have to wait for the Wyvern to get over here. So that's another few seconds that you have to have accounted for. Mind you, we are 4 minutes and 45 seconds in, and we're barely going to get to that 9-minute and 30-second mark. So we're going to jump, homing attack him, and now we have to do this really long on the rails running segment. And I gotta be honest, I really wish they would have cut this part out for this fight because it wastes a lot of time. You start off homing attacking these guys right here, then I stomp down to save some time. The more Sonic is airborne, the longer you're wasting time. Boost, dodge, I think I might get hit. It's not that big of a deal as long as you have some rings left over. There's rings that end up on the track as well. This will take a good minute just to get through, just running. Just doing what you got to do to get to Wyvern. There's no real tips here. It's pretty scripted. It's pretty, average. It hasn't changed since the story mode. So, yeah, we're going to do this. This run is not a fun one. I haven't played Chaos Island as of this recording, but I can't imagine that one's going to be fun either with the night enemy. We'll have to see. All right, homing attack over. You can boost in the air. You won't fall because there's like invisible walls. And like I said, this is a scripted. This whole fight is scripted. So that's the only benefit. If you get hit, it does waste time because Sonic gets launched backwards. But since Wyvern's constantly moving, it's going to slingshot you to him when you're supersonic. We're about to wrap up this running track. It's now already 6 minutes, so you can do the math. It's been a good chunk of time. We're going to jump on the head. Grab the Chaos Emerald, skip the cutscene. They choose really weird times in this fight when to pause the timer and when not to, which is another annoying thing. So we're actually starting this fight at 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and you're like, wow, if the S rank is 9 minutes and 30 seconds, you have a lot of time. Nope, and you'll see why. So you want to dodge these missiles. I like moving in clockwise, counterclockwise positions. I can't remember for this run. I've done so many of these runs if I got hit or not, but we're just boosting around, making sure we're collecting as many rings as possible. He's going to do one hit, you block it, it's all good, and then you go up, and you're going to do the same combos that we've been doing. You hold down the attack button to do the spin, then you go right into this attack, and then you repeat until he's tired of you and then moves on to the next segment. Speaking of the next segment, he's going to do another hit, so you want to block that, and then you're going to go ahead and throw him. This is when it decides to freeze the timer, so at least they do that. So they freeze the timer, you go ahead, you throw him, and then what happens next? Yes, he does this silly little dance. And this takes a little bit of time. It's not that the timer starts when he does this, it's wasting more time for the run. That's just not entertaining because of all the RNG and all of the other stuff that you have to look out for. And then the timer starts back up, and we're back to sprinting around, trying to dodge missiles. I'm pretty low on rings, so that's my focus, is just making sure I'm collecting rings. And I did get hit. See how I get backed up? But it puts me right back next to him. Let's go collect some more rings, because we're going to need those. They give you plenty of rings for this fight, which is much appreciated. The Giganto fight, I don't think you get any rings. Just dodging left, right, circular motions. This time he's going to tail swipe us twice, but you can't just hold down the block twice. You have to hold it down, let go, and then hold it down again. Otherwise, it's not going to go well for you. And then we're going to do the same combo as we've been doing. Yup. There it is. I think we actually, yeah, we get him down to this part, and now it's all quick time events. As you can see, it's at 8 minutes. It's like, oh, you got plenty of time? Well, this all drains time. Whereas spinning him around will freeze the timer. For this, it just keeps going. So we're at 8 minutes. We got to do another combo, rushing in, get all his health down, but then guess what? There's a quick time event. So we're going to block. We're going to do this, and then here we go. We have another pretty much minute of things we have to do. So it's frozen for the throw, and then it starts back up. And there's nothing else we can do skill-wise. It's all quick time events. But we're at 8 minutes and 20 seconds, and watch how close we are to going over 9:30. So we hit this. Now we're stuck here. We gotta charge it up. This takes a few minutes. We're almost at 9 minutes now. My dog's barking. She's upset as well with this fight. Timer still hasn't stopped. Gotta quick time it. Sonic runs around. Gets him in the mouth. You gotta spam the square button here. I'm playing on PlayStation 5. We're already at 9 minutes. It's getting really close. And I S-ranked everything. And the timer's still going even after he explodes. So you have to give yourself time for that. We were 15 seconds away from losing this S rank, even though we got all S's. Yeah. Well, guys, that's the video. I do a lot of Sonic Frontiers content, so be sure to check it out on my channel. I'm Blue Frontier, and I will see you in the next video.